My name is Farid Fezoua, and I'm the CEO for GE Africa, covering Sub-Saharan Africa, and I also serve as the GE Healthcare CEO for the African continent. 120 years takes us back to 1898, when Thomas Edison, at the time founder and manager or CEO of the company, at the time created the first branch outside of the United States here in Johannesburg. So that's a legacy. It is also showing our commitment to both the continent of Africa and, more importantly, the commitment of GE as an innovation company in the field of technology, which over the years we have expanded to cover most of the activities of the power industry, healthcare, aviation. This is something that, through our first steps in South Africa, we've grown throughout the African continent over the 120 years. It is also a commitment to partnership. We've been partnering over this 120 years with both the governments of the different African countries in their infrastructure development particularly, and also with key private sector partners that, together with GE, can deliver the overall solutions that these countries need in terms of infrastructure build and socio-economic development. We have been able, in our technology innovation tradition, to develop technologies like portable ultrasound to be able to diagnose and screen within the communities. I remind that 65% of the population in Africa still live in rural areas. So how do you take diagnostic technology to the villages, to the communities, and you enable the community health workers to use your technology in an efficient way? Helping the governments and the private developers in power generation to enhance the efficiency and the capacity of the grid is a key priority for GE. And we do have a business in Africa that we've been ramping up in terms of localization of our capabilities, our teams, and our capacity in terms of service and maintenance, and more applying more digital microgrid, smart grid solutions in Africa. We've had a very productive, very close partnership with Ethiopian Airlines. Today, we power close to 60% of the fleet of Ethiopian Airlines. We do power close to 90% of the Kenya Airways fleet. And we have an exclusive relationship with TAG Airways in Angola. Combining excellence in technology innovation with excellence in being able to develop local talents, local capabilities, local expertise is going to be critical for us. This is about making sure that we continue to nurture, to build, to empower, to enable our younger population. And we are the continent in the world that by 2050 will double in population. The younger population of that is going to grow exponentially. And we're the only continent in the world to be in that situation. The middle class is going to grow at a faster pace even of the overall population growth. So when you look at that and the needs in terms of electrification, we need to reverse the ratio of people having access in the continent to electricity, which today still 65% do not have access to electricity. I've mentioned healthcare, 25% of the disease burden. And if we look at the imperative need to be able to move people and goods across the continent, our aviation business is naturally gonna see growth. But we won't be able to meet the demand of these huge needs of the continent in what GE does best, power, healthcare, aviation, if we don't have an expert, localized workforce.